Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen for unboxing review. You can see it says Onoto here, and this was a pen that I've liked the look of for a long time, and I bought the sterling silver version of that pen, which is actually a lot more expensive, but I still thought for some reason I was missing out. So I decided to pick up essentially what is the resin version, but it's a slight twist. It's got an overlay, silver overlay to it. So as you can see, this is the box that it comes in, a cardboard box, sort of faux leather type box. If I lift the lid here, you'll see it comes with a Onoto polishing cloth, and it comes in this lovely red sort of lacquered box. And then if I show you the lid of the box here, it says Onoto, the Platinum Jubilee pen. And this is 36 of 70. So I have essentially the sterling silver version of this, but I decided I would get the resin overlay. And if I remove, first of all, I'll show you here under the plinth, you do have an Onoto custodian card, and you do have, this did come with an Onoto plunger. I have actually since replaced it with a converter. I typically find converters do work a little bit better, I think, in terms of cleaning the pen. And if I remove the pen from the pouch, you'll see here, let me zoom in a little bit more. So this is the Onoto Platinum Jubilee overlay, and this is a really stunning pen. Now, I did say that I had the sterling silver version of this, and I'm going to try and show the two side by side so you can see here. So the sterling silver is actually quite a bit longer, but it does have this same pattern going on here for the Jubilee, which is the Queen of England Platinum Jubilee, unfortunately just prior to her passing. So you can see there, very, very similar, but this is an overlay, whereas this one is a sterling silver. So this is much, much, much heavier. But this is the Platinum Jubilee resin overlay that I have here. So you can see the you don't get the normal Onoto cap finial, but you do see the Queen's Jubilee finial there. You get a silver clip, which is vermeil, so it's gold plated over silver. And then you have this beautiful silver inscription here for the Platinum Jubilee. And I do think that this looks rather nice on essentially what is a black pinstripe pen. So you see there Onoto the pen, and made in England. And then also you have the gold cap band there with all the silver hallmarks as well. So that's a good sign. And then I have here a little bit of I'm going to wipe that nib off actually, because it's got a little bit of ink on it. Here you go. It's a number 7 size, and it's the 18 karat gold Onoto nib. Now, I got this in a medium. You can see the ABS plastic feed. Now, it did come with a plunger filler. I have since, as I said, replaced it with a cartridge converter, mostly because I'm finding the cartridge converters actually are much easier to clean and swap ink out. So I'm liking that. The plunger would actually add a little bit more weight to this pen. And then let me just screw the cap on so I don't bonk the nib on the table. So you can see here the cap finial, or sorry, the body end cap finial. It's number 36 of 70 there. So this is a limited edition one of 70, but this is quite a nice pen. Now, if I look at it in the size of my hand here, it's actually quite a decent size. can I post the cap? I can. In this version, and I've noticed with a few Onotos, the cap will just spin round. It will never engage. It will never grip. So you would have to be careful because it will fall off if you did that. But I'd say that's probably about the only downside. It is a silver cap, so or a silver overlay on resin here. So it is quite a weighty cap, so you're probably not going to want to post it anyway. So I don't think it's a big issue, but it's just one that I have noticed with quite a few Onotos lately, that some of them are not gripping the cap onto the body as much. But this is a nice size pen. If you hold it down at the base of the section, it's a decent size. If you hold it up, it's on the threads, it's still a fairly decent size. But then if you wanted to post that cap, you could do so. But you just need to be a bit careful, because if you start writing like that, it will start moving that cap a little bit. So I'm not a cap poster myself, so it doesn't really bother me. But I know it will bother some people because you are cap posters and you really do feel that you have to post those caps. So I think with that, let's do a size check. We'll do a weight check. We'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the length of the pen, we are looking at, it's about 140 millimeters in length. Length of the cap is 65 millimeters in length. And we'll do a size check against the body to the tip of the nib or tip of the tines. We're looking at about 128 millimeters in length. So it's just bordering on almost being an oversized pen. It's just a couple of millimeters under that, I would say. But this is a beautiful pen, and I am loving writing with it. I think let's do a weight check, and we can see how much this pen weighs. Now, bearing in mind this doesn't have the plunger on it, which will add a little bit more weight. Now, the weight of the pen, inked up, we're looking at just under 40 grams in weight. I'll do that again just to make sure. Yeah, just under 40, or just over 39 grams in weight. So with the plunger, it will be over 40. And then the cap, because it's an overlay of sterling silver, you're looking at just over 25.5 grams in weight. And then the body, you're looking at just over 13.5 grams in weight. So you can see that obviously that cap is quite weighty. But this is quite a beautiful pen, and you can see why I really deliberated on whether or not I should or shouldn't get it, and eventually I did go to add this to my collection. I did feel that once I had the sterling silver version that would be fine, but every now and again I kept seeing this, I kept thinking I really do want to add that to my collection. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have an Onoto, and this is the Great Roof Metallic Edition. We have an Onoto, and this is the Magna Classic in the Chased Green or Jade. We have a Mr. Cypress, and this is the Raden Dragon. We have an Onoto Platinum Jubilee in sterling silver, an Onoto Coronation in sterling silver, and then we have the Onoto Platinum Jubilee overlay in resin. We have an Onoto, and this is the Magna Carta in sterling silver. We have a Mr. Cypress Maple in the Forest, a Mr. Cypress Eggshell 05A, and a Mr. Cypress Eggshell 06. So I think let's now go and do a writing sample. So this is the Onoto, and it's the Platinum Jubilee, and this is the overlay, and it's a medium, and it's an 18 cat gold nib, and the ink in here is diamine, graphite, which I find is a nice grey ink, and it's a little bit darker than Diamine Earl Grey. Now, in terms of line width, we're looking about a Western medium. If I push it a bit more, I can get it to go a little bit more towards a broad. There's a little bit of a hard start there. I think that was mostly because of the angle I had on the nib to the page. In terms of ink wetness, let's take a look at this. You can see there that this is quite a wet nib. Now, what do I like, what do I not like about the pen? I love that it's an Onoto. I love that it's a Platinum Jubilee. It's an overlay silver, sterling silver pen. I think the pen is very well weighted in terms of the resin. I guess that the downside that I would have is that obviously the cap does spin a little bit on the end of the pen. It doesn't grip the pen when you post the cap. That's probably about the only downside. Every now and again I do get a little bit of a skip or a hard start, but as you can see in these line variations here, I'm not seeing anything here, but I did get a little bit here on that figure of 8. I will probably just take a look at the nib and just check that the tines are fully aligned correctly, because it might be one is just slightly off and that might be causing it. So I'll double check the nib and the feed on this. But other than that, it does write pretty well out of the box. So I wouldn't be too concerned in that. But I will take a look at that nib anyway. But this is a nice pen, and I'm glad that I added this one to my collection along with the Platinum Jubilee Sterling Silver pen. So for me, I really wanted to get both of those, and I'm now deliberating on whether or not I should do the same with the Coronation pen as well. I'm not sure that I will, but I guess watch this space, because if I have a moment of weakness, then I might just do that. So there you have it. That's my unboxing and review of the Onoto Platinum Jubilee overlay in a medium 18-karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye-bye.